Hello and welcome to Easy Education. I am Ritu Patra, and in this session we will revise our current affairs for UPSC Prelims 2021, and we will discuss through MCQ and with explanation. I hope this will help you a lot to crack UPSC Prelims 2021. So let's start this session. First question: recent initiative named Namat Basai by Kerala government and Navlekha by Google are aimed at. So what is the purpose of Namat Basai and Navlekha project? Let's see. Option A, improving mental health. Option B, promoting vernacular languages. And option C, curbing fake news. And option D, regulating social media. Okay, so the aim of this project is to promote vernacular languages. Okay, let's see the explanation. Every year the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, celebrates 21st February as International Mother Language Day. Okay, and what is the purpose to celebrate this day is to promote mother tongue based multilingual education. Okay, so recently an initiative, that is Namat Basai by Kerala state government, has proved to be very beneficial in educating children from tribal areas by adopting vernacular languages as medium of instruction. And next project, that is Google's Navlekha project, uses technology to protect mother language. The project is aimed at increasing the online content in Indian local languages. Okay, so next question. With reference to type 1 diabetes, consider the following statements. Type 1. Statement 1. Type 1 diabetes occur when the body fails to produce insulin. And statement 2. This is the most common type of diabetes and has strong links with obesity. So here type 1 diabetes occur when the body fails to produce insulin is absolutely correct. And this is the most common type of diabetes and has strong links with obesity. This one is incorrect because it will write with type 2 diabetes. Okay, type 2 diabetes is the most common type of diabetes and has strong link with obesity. Let's see the options. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 not 2. So here our correct option is already we know. Statement 1 is correct only and statement 2 is incorrect. So correct option is A, 1 only. Let's see the explanation. Recently, Ministry of Health, Family Welfare has launched the operation guidelines for integration of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease with NPCDCS, that is National Programs for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, Cardiovascular Disease and Stroke. Okay, now NAFLD, that is non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases, cause risk of cardiovascular diseases and type 2 diabetes and other metabolic syndromes like hypertension, abdominal obesity, dyslipidemia, glucose intolerance. Okay, let's see about type 1 diabetes. It is also known as juvenile diabetes, and this type occurs when the body fails to produce insulin. So statement 1 is correct. And people with type 1 diabetes are insulin dependent, which means they must take artificial insulin daily to stay alive. Okay, next see type 2 diabetes. It affects the way the body uses insulin. That means it can produce, in this stage body can produce insulin but it can't use insulin. Okay, and the cells in the body don't respond to it as effectively as once it did. Okay, next, this is the most common type of diabetes and has strong links with obesity. So that's why statement 2 is incorrect, because here it was about type 1, but the correct option will type 2 diabetes, right? Next, consider the following pairs. Bone challenge paired with migratory species, HE targets linked with biodiversity convention, Cartagena protocol with living modified organism, and Nagoya protocol with traditional knowledge associated with genetic resources. So bone challenge convention, this is incorrectly matched because it will not bone challenge but bone convention with migratory species. Okay, and HE target with biodiversity conservation is absolutely correct. Cartagena protocol with living modified organism is absolutely correct, and Nagoya protocol linked with traditional knowledge associated with genetic resources is absolutely correct. So we know that here the correct statement are statement 2, 3 and 4. That is in option 3. That is 2, 3 and 4 only correct. Okay. Let's see the explanation also. Bone challenge is a global effort to bring 150 million hectares of the world's deforested and degraded land into restoration by 2020 and 250 million hectares by 2030. Okay, so that was bone challenge, and now bone convention. The convention on migratory species, also known as the bone convention, not bone challenge, okay, is an environmental treaty of the United Nations that provide a global platform for the conservation and sustainable use of terrestrial, aquatic and avian migratory animals and their habits. Okay, so that's why option 1 is incorrectly matched. Next question. Frequently in news, Natanz and Fordo nuclear plants are located in option A, United Arab Emirates, option B, Saudi Arabia, and option C, Iran, and option D, Israel. So we know the Fordo nuclear plants and Natanz located in Iran. Okay, where in the Center province in Tehran, and what is the name of that province is Isfahan. Okay, and about Natanz. Natanz hosts the country's main uranium enrichment facility. It is among the sites monitored by the International Atomic Energy Agency, that is IAEA. Okay, this is very, very important. International Atomic Energy Agency. Okay, after Iran's 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, and they are UK, USA, France, Russia, China and Germany. Okay, now let's see. Fordo fuel enrichment power plant is Iran's second pilot enrichment plant. Okay, let's see the next question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Both anti-dumping as well as countervailing duty are a type of custom duty. Statement 2. Imposing of anti-dumping measures is considered as an unfair practice by the World Trade Organization and is not permitted. And statement 3. Anti-dumping duty is a duty on goods that have received government subsidies in the originating and or exporting country. So now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Let's see the options. A only, that is option A 1 only, option B 1 and 2 only, option C 2 and 3 only, and option D all are correct. So let's see. Both anti-dumping as well countervailing duty are a type of custom duty. That is absolutely correct. Imposing of anti-dumping measures is considered as unfair practice by the World Trade Organization and it is not permitted. This is permitted actually, so this statement is incorrect. Anti-dumping duty is a duty on goods that have received government subsidies in the originating or exporting country. So this is also incorrect. Let's see the explanation. An anti-dumping duty is a custom duty on imports providing a protection against the dumping of goods at prices substantially lower than the normal value, whereas countervailing duty is a custom duty on goods that have received government subsidies in the originating or exporting country. Okay, that's why statement 1 is correct, and that is mentioned in statement 3. That's why statement 3 is incorrect. Okay, the use of anti-dumping measures as an instrument of fair competition is permitted by the World Trade Organization, but here it is said that it is not permitted. That's why statement 2 is incorrect. Next question. With reference to India's international trade, consider the following statements. Okay. Statement 1. China is the largest commercial partner of the year 2020. Total imports from China are more than India's combined purchase from the USA and the UAE. Okay. So let's see which of the statement given above is or are correct. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. Let's see. China is the largest commercial partner for the year 2020 is absolutely correct. Total imports from China are more than India's combined purchase from USA and UAE is absolutely correct. So here of statement 1 and 2 both are correct. Correct option is option C. Okay. Let's see the explanation. According to provincial data from India's Commerce Ministry, China regained its position as India's top trade partner in 2020, displacing the US despite high border tension between the two countries, that is India and China. Okay, that's why statement 1 is correct. Next, total imports from China at USD 58.7 billion were more than India's combined purchases from the USA and UAE, okay, which are its second and third large trade partners respectively. Okay, so statement 2 is also correct. Next question. With reference to migration in India, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Interstate Migrant Worker Act 1979 not only covers laborers migrating through a contractor but also independent migrants. And statement 2. Niti Aayog's draft National Migrant Labour Policy has recommended that government policies should discourage internal migration by creating local employment opportunities. Okay, and statement 3, that is, according to the 2011 census, the total number of internal migrants in India is more than 1/3 of the population. Okay, so let's see which of the statements given above is or are correct. Let's see the options first. Option A, 2 and 3 only. Option B, 3 only. And option C, all are correct. Option D, 1 and 3 only. So here the correct option will 3 only. That is, according to 2011 census, total number of internal migrant in India is more than 1/3 of the population is absolutely correct, and statement 2 and 1 are incorrect. Let's see it. Explanation. The Interstate Migrant Worker Act 1979 covers only laborers migrating through a contractor and leaves out independent migrants. Okay, that's why statement 1 is incorrect. According to the draft National Migrant Labour Policy, migration should be acknowledged as an integral part of development, and government policies should not hinder but seek facilitate internal migration. Okay, that's why statement 2 is also incorrect. The latest government data on migration comes from 2011 census. As per the census, India has 45.6 crore migrant in 2011. That is 38% of the population compared to 31.5 crore migrant in 2001. and 31% of the population that time. So that's why statement 3 is correct. Next question, with reference to hydrogen fuel cell, consider the following statement. Statement 1, these are far more energy efficient than traditional combustion technologies. And statement 2, hydrogen fuel cells are safer than traditional combustion engines owing to lesser explosive fuel being used in fuel cells. Now let's see which of the statements given above is or are correct. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So these are far more energy efficient than traditional combustion technologies. This is absolutely correct. And this is absolutely correct. Hydrogen fuel cells are safer than traditional combustion engines owing to the lesser explosive fuel being used in fuel cells. This is incorrect. It's not safe actually. Okay. So here correct option will option A, that is statement 1 only correct. Let's see the explanation. Hydrogen fuel cell combines hydrogen and oxygen to generate an electric current. They are similar to the conventional internal combustion engine because they are rely on constant supply of fuel, that is hydrogen and oxygen. However, there are no moving parts for the fuel cell, so they are more efficient and reliable. They emit only heat and water as a byproduct and are far more energy efficient. That is correct than traditional technologies. Okay. Next, there is a wide availability of resources for producing hydrogen, and however, handling of hydrogen is a safer concern because it is more explosive than petrol. That's why statement 2 is incorrect. Next question, with reference to Financial Action Task Force, that is FATF, was frequently in news. Let's see. Consider the following statement regarding FATF. Statement 1, it is an intergovernmental body established during the summit of Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, and its secretariat is located at the OECD headquarters. So let's see the statements which are correct. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So it is a intergovernmental body established during its summit of Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. This is incorrect. And its secretariat is located at the OECD headquarters. This is correct. So here the correct option will option B, that is 2 only correct. Okay, let's see the explanation. Financial Action Task Force, that is FATF, is an intergovernmental body established in 1989 during the G7 summit in Paris. Okay, that's why statement 1 is incorrect, because here it is mentioned as in the summit of Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. That was incorrect. The FATF assesses the strength of a country's anti-money laundering and anti-terror financing framework. However, it does not go by individual cases. Okay, so the main motive of FATF to assess the strength of a country's anti-money laundering and to check the anti-terror financing framework. Okay, next, its secretariat is located at the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, and it's headquartered in Paris. That's why statement 2 is correct. Next question, with reference to National Urban Digital Mission, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is solely under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. And statement 2, it will create a shared digital infrastructure for the state's capital of India. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Let's see the options. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So, with reference of National Urban Digital Mission, it is solely controlled by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. This is incorrect. Okay. It will create a shared digital infrastructure for the share capital of India. This is also incorrect. So the correct option is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Let's see the explanation. The National Urban Digital Mission, that is NUDM, has been launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs along with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, not only by Ministry of Electronics or Information Technology. That's why statement 1 is incorrect. Here it is say it is solely or it completely by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which is incorrect. Okay, because the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs include with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Correct. Next, these initiatives will further the ongoing effort of both ministries to realize the vision of Digital India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Okay, it will create a shared digital infrastructure for urban India, working across the 3 pillars of people, process and platform to provide holistic support to cities and towns, not only national capital. Okay, that's why statement 2 is incorrect. Next question. Consider the following statements. Article 239A deals with the creation of the Legislative Assembly in the Union Territory of Puducherry. And in statement 2, Article 239AB provides for provision in case of failure of constitutional machinery in the Union Territory of Puducherry. And statement 3, at present only the Union Territory of Puducherry and Delhi are provided with Legislative Assembly. So let's see which statement given above is or are correct. Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 1 and 3 only. Option C, 1 only. And option D, all are correct. So let's see. Article 239A deals with creation of Legislative Assembly in Union Territory of Puducherry is absolutely correct. Statement 2, Article 239AB provides provision in case of failure of constitutional machinery in the Union Territory of Puducherry. This is incorrect. Statement 3, at present only Union Territories of Puducherry and Delhi are provided with a Legislative Assembly. This is incorrect because Jammu Kashmir is also included in this list. Okay, so that's why here the correct option will A only, that is option C. Let's see the explanation. Article 239A empowers the Parliament to create a Legislative Assembly, or that is Council of Ministers, for the Union Territory of Puducherry. Next, Article 239AA created a Legislative Assembly for Delhi, which can make laws on subjects under state list and concurrent list, except on these matters that are public order, land and police. That's why statement 1 is correct. Next article, Article 239AB provides that President may by order suspend the operation of any provision of Article 239AA, that is National Capital of Territory of Delhi and not Puducherry, okay, for or of all or any of the provision of any law made in pursuance of that article, that is Article 239AB. Okay, this provision resembles Article 356, that is President's Rule, okay, emergency power, and hence statement 2 is incorrect. Next, at present the Union Territories of Puducherry created in 1963, Delhi in 1992 and Jammu Kashmir in 2019 as created are provided with a legislative assembly. That's why here Jammu Kashmir is missing. That's why this option is incorrect. Next, with reference to genetically modified organisms, consider the following statement. Statement 1. Recently, India has set a 10% threshold limit for genetically modified organisms in imported food crops. Okay. Statement 2. The task of regulating genetically modified organism label in imported consumable lies with Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. And statement 3. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is the apex body that allows for commercial release of GM crops in India, that is genetically modified crops in India. Okay, so let's see the options. Option A, 2 and 3 only. 2 and 3 only. Option B, 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. And option D, all are correct. So let's see. Here the correct option will 3 only correct. Let's see. Genetically Engineering Appraisal Committee is the apex body and that allows for commercial release of GM crops in India is absolutely correct, and statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. Let's see the explanation. The Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, that is FSSAI, in a recent order has set 1% threshold for genetically modified organism in food crops importing into India. Earlier in August 2020, FSSAI has issued the order that 24 food crops in the country imports would need a non-GM origin GM-free certificate issued by a competent authority. That's why statement 1 is incorrect. Next, the task of regulating GMO labels in imported consumable was initially with the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Okay, so its role was diluted with the enactment of Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, and FSSAI was asked to take over approval for imported goods. That's why statement 2 is also incorrect. Now next, in India, Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is the apex body that allows commercial release of GM crops. That's why statement 3 is correct absolutely. So the correct option is 3 only. That's all for this session. If you like this session, if you think that it will help you a lot to revise your current affairs regularly, do like, share and subscribe our channel Easy Education, and thanks for watching the session.